Many years ago, before I married Mike, I came to the realization that the average prostitute had more integrity in her sexual relationships than I did. Yeah. At least with the prostitute, both parties know why they're having sex. I was using sex to reward, to punish.
You weren't a virgin?
To get my own way, to avoid talking about things. And unfortunately, many marriages suffer from these same practices. And over time, their underlying relationship can be reduced to a marriage in name only. Mike and I didn't want sex to become an issue, so we agreed that neither one of us would ever say no when the other wanted sex.
It was tough, but I finally caved in.
And for 24 years, we have never had a disagreement about sex.
You could well imagine we haven't many disagreements about anything else either. Now, you don't have to incorporate our never say no sex in your policy in your marriage, but we highly recommend that you do because, one, it eliminates the manipulation that we've talked about. But secondly, it solves another problem, the differing levels of interest that can occur over time. I don't care how amorous you are today, the pressures of maintaining a household, raising children, earning a living can dull even the most ardent lover.
And medical problems can be even worse.
Oh, far worse.
I suffer from clinical depression, and I had virtually no interest in sex for 8 years.
A long time.
You can imagine how glad we both were to have a plan in place that would help us handle this situation. I never felt like I had to fake anything.
Hey, and I never had to consider finding another release. Our agreement is that we will satisfy the other person. Our secret is that while you always say yes for your partner, you can say no for yourself. As my grandmother used to say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And wouldn't you agree, it's a lot more loving to have sex when you're not really interested than when you are? I mean, how hard is that?
Not at all.
So whatever you do, never use sex as a bargaining chip in your marriage. And decide now how you're going to handle the differing levels of interest that will occur over the years.